If you're moving to Tucson, the biggest mistake you can make is buying a home based on what the neighborhood looks like today. You need to know what it is going to look like 5 years from now. Right now, there are billions of dollars pouring into commercial development, infrastructure, and entertainment districts all across southern Arizona. Some suburbs are finally getting the national retail anchors that they've been waiting for decades. Others are literally building entire downtowns from scratch. Today, we're breaking down the 7 massive mega developments currently under construction all across Tucson, Oro Valley, Marana, Sahuarita, and Vail. We're going to look at exactly what's being built, when it's opening, and most importantly, how it's going to impact the property values of the surrounding neighborhoods. And stick around until the end because I'm going to break down the highly controversial $3.6 billion project that has half the city completely up in arms, but is quietly reshaping the entire southeast real estate corridor. For those of you that don't know, my name is Rich. I'm a Tucson local. My family's lived in Tucson for over 150 years, and I also work professionally both as a real estate appraiser and a real estate agent right here in Tucson, and all the information I'm about to share with you comes from that exact perspective. If you've been following this channel, you already know that Marana is one of the fastest growing cities in Arizona for the last decade. But what is happening right now in Marana is different. The rooftops came first, and now the city is building infrastructure to match. The biggest story is the downtown Marana Entertainment District. The town just officially approved the transformation of approximately 19 acres of town-owned property into a ground-up, mixed-use entertainment district. We're talking about rodeo arenas, breweries, a hotel, retail, and public gathering spaces like Marana's never seen, all being built from scratch in a city that has never had a true downtown. Now, when a city builds a downtown, the surrounding real estate almost always responds with appreciation. On top of that, Walmart just closed on a 176,000 square foot site at Tangerine and I-10. That is a massive commercial anchor that signals Marana has officially crossed the threshold from suburb to full service city. Seriously, when Walmart hits the scene, you know it's about to get real. And Mountainside Fitness, I've talked about that in the last several videos. Mountainside Fitness' third location is going to be located in Marana as well. This is a premium gym brand that's entering Tucson for the very first time, and it's slated to open its Marana location near I-10 and Twin Peaks late 2027. I want to be honest with you about Marana. Not everyone is thrilled with the pace of this growth. I hear it from long-term residents all the time. They moved here for the quiet, the open desert. They moved here to get some separation from the city, and now they're watching it become a city. And that tension is real, but from a real estate investment standpoint, every one of these commercial anchors is a data point that says property values here are going to continue to climb. Now, if you're watching this and you're still in the discovery phase, maybe you're just exploring Tucson as an option, or you're feeling a little overwhelmed altogether, I highly recommend you click the link below and take our free Tucson relocation quiz. It takes less than 3 minutes. It will instantly give you personalized results, pointing you toward the best areas that fit your budget, your lifestyle, and the characteristics of the home you're looking for. Link is in the description below. Oro Valley has always been one of the most desirable areas in southern Arizona, but for years, the Oro Valley marketplace sat as a bit of a sore spot, a large, underutilized shopping center that felt like it was kind of stuck in a different era. Now, that's all changing right now. The town of Oro Valley is in the middle of a massive redevelopment of the marketplace, and phase 1 of construction began in October of 2025. And when it's done, this is going to be a true mixed-use destination. 320 apartments, a brand new neighborhood park, safer pedestrian connections, and intersection upgrades that will completely transform the feel of that corridor, and that's estimated to be done in 2027. And the commercial anchor that's going to define this new era for Oro Valley, you guessed it, Mountainside Fitness. They're opening their very first location that will open up is going to be in Oro Valley Marketplace, and that's going to be later this year in 2026. This facility is going to be 40,000 plus square foot of premium gym space with cold plunge tubs, infrared saunas, a basketball and pickleball court, yoga studio, group fitness studios, childcare, and an on-site cafe. Now, for a city that's deeply connected to the outdoor lifestyle, this is going to be a really big lifestyle anchor. Now, what I tell buyers that are looking in Oro Valley is this: you are not just buying a home, you are buying into a city that is actively investing in its own future. The marketplace redevelopment, it's proof that Oro Valley is geographically landlocked by the mountains and the state land, which means supply is constrained. When you combine the scarcity and new amenities and infrastructure, you get a very compelling long-term investment story. If you've driven past the the old Foothills Mall on Ina Road and La Cholla recently, you may have noticed something is happening over there, something big. The old Foothills Mall that has been a staple in that area forever is officially gone. And in its place, a developer called Bourne Companies is building something they are calling Uptown, Tucson's very first urban resort village. This is a 100-acre, 2.5 million square foot mixed-use development that is going to include luxury apartments, a Tempo by Hilton hotel targeting a January 2027 opening, restaurants, shops, entertainment, office space. The Astria apartments are already open and accepting residents, which are very, very nice. And the hotel is in its final stages of construction, and more restaurants and retail are being added to the phase through 2030. Now, the developer's vision is simple. Every time you come back to the site, there's going to be something new to see and to experience. That is the kind of energy that transforms a neighborhood. For buyers looking in the Catalina Foothills or Northwest Tucson, this is a significant development to pay attention to. One of the long-standing criticisms of the Foothills area has been that while the homes and the views are spectacular, the area has always relied on La Encantada for its high-end dining and shopping. Uptown is going to change that equation entirely. And when you add in walkability, resort-style mixed-use destination to an already premium real estate market, you add a whole new layer of demand that wasn't there before. If you're watching this and you're planning to buy a home in Tucson, say in the next 90 days, I want you to reach out to us right away, because last year my team and I, we helped every buyer we worked with last year save on average $44,000 between price reductions and seller credits that we negotiated on behalf of the buyers that we helped. And on top of that, we have a 100% batting average for collecting our compensation, all of our compensation, from either the builder or the seller that you end up buying from. That means our buyers paid $0 out of pocket. Now, if that's the kind of representation you want working for you, you can call or text us at the number on screen or down below in the description, or you can fill out the contact me form and we will get in touch with you right away. Let's head to the southeast side, Vail and Rita Ranch. For years, this area had one thing no other part of Tucson could match: the Vail School District. Consistently one of the top-rated school districts in the entire state, but the knock on the area was always the same. You had the rooftops, you had the schools, but you didn't have the commercial infrastructure to match. Boy, is that changing fast. The Houghton Road corridor is exploding right now. We've talked about this in past videos as well. Mountainside Fitness, the premium Jim Brown making their Tucson debut, is opening up their second location right here on the Houghton Town Center on Old Vail Road. Now, that's slated to come winter of 2026. And as we've talked about that in this video, you know that that is a premium gym with a whole load of amenities that if you're a gym goer like me, somebody who's focused on fitness, it's hard not to be interested in that big gym anchor. And then there's Costco. The city of Tucson approved tax incentives to bring a Costco to the southeast side of town. Now, this anchoring Old Vail Road corridor as a true commercial hub for the very first time. For buyers with family, a Costco is not just a convenience, it's a signal that the city truly believes in the long-term population growth of this area. The southeast side has been quietly one of the best kept secrets in Tucson real estate for the last decade. You get more house for the money, the best schools in the region, and a community of neighbors who are genuinely invested in the area. Now the commercial infrastructure is finally catching up to the rooftops. And for buyers who got priced out of Oro Valley, Vail and Rita Ranch are the answer. And the window to get in before the next wave of appreciation is right now. Now let's head south to Sahuarita, and specifically Rancho Sahuarita, which is really the heart of the entire area. If you've not been out to Rancho Sahuarita, it's one of the premier master plan communities in all of southern Arizona. It's built around a massive man-made lake. It's got community pools, spas, splash pads, parks, walking paths, a clubhouse, and an extensive event calendar. It's an incredible amenity-rich destination, and it has a very tight-knit neighborly feel. Now, for a long time, the one thing Sahuarita was missing was a major national retail anchor. That's about to change. A Scottsdale developer called Simon Cree has filed for a pre-application to develop a 17.3-acre commercial center right in front of the Rancho Resort, with Target rumored to be their possible anchor tenant. This would be a landmark moment for Sahuarita because landing Target means crossing a threshold. It signals to every other national retailer that the population density is there and the demographics support it. Once Target comes in, others will follow. On top of that, Rancho Sahuarita just opened their brand new recreation amenity, Club Del Toro. It's the newest addition in an already impressive list of community amenities within Rancho Sahuarita. Sahuarita has always offered incredible value, more house, more community, and more amenities per dollar than almost anywhere else in the Tucson area. The one missing piece has always been that big national retail anchor that makes it feel like a truly self-sufficient destination. If this Target deal closes, it's going to be a very significant moment for property values and in the community. If you've been following this channel, you know I talk about Central Tucson and downtown a lot. And there's a reason for that. What is happening here right now is genuinely historic for this city. Let's start with the biggest one, the Mosaic quarter. This is a multi-billion-dollar 90-acre sports and entertainment complex being built right at the Keno Sports Complex near I-10 and Campbell. Phase 1 alone is $425 million investment, and the full project across all 3 phases is projected to generate $8.3 billion in new local spending. Phase 1 is currently under construction and on track for opening in 2027. Now, I personally am very excited about this because the first phase includes 3 hockey rinks, which I'm a huge hockey fan. I watch the Stanley Cup Finals every year, and that's a lot of fun with me and my family to do. But my daughter and I, we told each other that we are going to learn to skate and play hockey together. So I'm excited, she's excited. And let's dive into a little bit more. Let's get a better sense of the scale of this facility. The MQ Field House alone, which is in phase 2, is 2 floors, each 25% larger than the stadium football field at the University of Arizona. It will have 8 NCAA basketball courts, 8 competition volleyball courts, 4 indoor soccer fields, 24 pickleball courts, 2 7-on-7 football fields, and 28 wrestling and judo competition mats. There is also a rooftop patio, team prep spaces, and a 20,000 square foot on-site sports medicine center run by TMC Health and Tucson Orthopedic Institute. Then there's MQ Crossing, the outdoor hub of the complex. This is where you're gonna have casual restaurants, an open air event plaza for live music, movies, and a community performance, and even a splash pad. This is really the social gathering space that ties the whole complex together. Now, here's what this means as a Tucson native. For as long as I can remember, if your kid was serious about league sports, hockey, competitive volleyball, basketball, you were driving to Phoenix or you were flying to the West Coast. Tucson simply did not have the facilities to host major regional or even national tournaments. That is about to completely flip. The Mosaic Quarter is going to put Tucson on the national sports tourism map. Teams and families from Phoenix and California are going to be driving here now. That's the kind of destination traffic that transforms neighborhoods. And that is just the Mosaic Quarter. On top of that, La Rosa just opened as a major music venue in the restored Benedictine Monastery. Trader Joe's is under construction on Broadway. Bass Pro Shops just opened for their very first time ever in Tucson, located at the Bridges. 100,000 square foot outdoor world store right next to Keno and I-10, and the Bautista 256 new apartment units with ground floor commercial at the Mercado District is under development in downtown Tucson. Downtown Tucson is having a moment unlike anything I have seen in my lifetime here. All right, I saved the best for last because it really is one of the biggest economic stories in Tucson over the last decade. If you've been watching this channel, you may have heard me mention Project Blue before. Let's talk about what it actually is, what it means for the city, and because I want to be completely honest with you, why not everyone in Tucson is celebrating it. Project Blue is a proposed data center campus being developed by the company called Vail Infrastructure on a 290-acre parcel north of Pima County Fairgrounds near Houghton Road. The total capital investment is $3.6 billion, and the first building could be operational as early as 2027. With up to 10 buildings planned for the full build-out, it's projected to generate $250 million in tax revenue over the next 10 years and about $97 million to the city of Tucson alone. Now, from a pure economic standpoint, that's transformational. When you combine Project Blue with the Mosaic Quarter, Bass Pro, the Bridges, I-10 corridor development happening all right now, the southeast side of Tucson is becoming one of the largest employment centers in the entire metro area. Now, I want to be real with you about something. Tucsonans are deeply passionate about the desert. Water conservation is not just talking points here, it's a way of life. And when word gets out about a massive data center campus that would consume significant amounts of water and electricity, and a large portion of the local population was absolutely up in arms. I've talked about this in previous videos, and the community debate has been fierce. And I'll address something else I know that you are already thinking. Yes, Data centers do not require a whole lot of labor once the facility is up and running. There's about 180 permanent jobs, which is a modest number relative to a $3.6 billion investment. And I think it's fair to call that out. But what is significant, and I think that gets overlooked, is the construction phase. Over 3,000 construction jobs over a multi-year build out is a major boost to the local trades economy. Electricians, plumbers, ironworkers, concrete crews, Tucson's tradesmen are going to feel this for the next several years. The project is moving forward, and for buyers, the concentration of economic investment happening along the Southeast corridor right now is one of the most compelling real estate stories in the city. If you found this video helpful and you want honest, data-backed truth about relocating to Southern Arizona, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell so that you never miss an update. My family has lived in Tucson for over 150 years, and I've spent the last 15 years as a real estate appraiser and realtor helping thousands of people make a move. That's what this whole channel was built on. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and I hope to see you around the neighborhood.